Yeah, we hope not, but you can understand why it might. With that, we bring in Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy. Secretary Duffy, very good to have you with us. I know this is very much on your mind, but it's kind of mind-blowing to think about in the Infrastructure Act that passed in the Biden administration, $5 billion in funding was to upgrade the foundation of the FAA's air traffic control. Then you look at the money that goes to DOT. $545 billion over the last 5 years. How in the Lord's name can all that money not give us something better than a floppy disk system?
Yeah, so first off, I know everyone's shocked that the system is so old and antiquated, but it wasn't shocking to Joe Biden and it wasn't shocking to Pete Buttigieg. They knew we had an old system. They saw the GAO report saying it was about to fail. And so the largest infrastructure package, Martha, ever known to man in the history of the world, the infrastructure bill under Joe Biden, $1.2 trillion. They sent only $5 billion to fix air traffic control. And of the $5 billion, Pete Buttigieg spent less than $1 billion to fix this problem. Instead, he was focused on racist roads and changing the name of cockpit to flight deck or airman to aeronaut. Stupid stuff. And so now, as the Trump administration has come in, it was shortly after DCA, Martha, I started digging into the FAA and realized it wasn't just one small part of the infrastructure. It was the whole infrastructure that had to be built brand new. And so I've developed a plan. I've talked to the president. He's signed off on the plan. We now have to go to Congress and say, listen, Congress, this is imperative. This is really critical infrastructure. Let's get the money to build this brand new. It's going to take time. It's going to take, 3 or 4 years to build it, but we're going to see results.
But you know what?
We're going to go to Newark first. Airports like that.
Well, I want to ask you about Newark specifically.
Yeah.
But this is not, and I'm not taking anything away from the argument that you make about the Biden administration or the prior Secretary of Transportation. However, this has been going on a long time ago. In 2003, Congress directed a modernization program, and they gave themselves 27 years, this congressional decision, in order to modernize the FAA. You were a congressman during that time, and I know you don't deal directly with transportation on your committee work, but, I mean, boy, this goes back over the last Trump administration and the Bush administration. It goes way back.
And so there's two problems with that. One, because it's complicated, Martha, right? So you have to keep planes in the air, taking off, landing, and you have to build a brand new system around it. So it is complicated, and because of that complication, no one has taken on the challenge of building this brand new, which is what we're going to do. And again, if you go out 10 years or 15 years from today, the technology changes. You got to build this brand new today. And again, what we have right now is the old school flip phone. You can't update the flip phone, Martha. You can send as many updates as you want, but it doesn't update. If you build an iPhone, you can actually update to the newest technology off of an iPhone. Yeah. That's what we're going to build. So as new technology comes online, we've built a brand new system that's state of the art that you can build on top of. And again, I think there's been poor leadership in the past at the FAA and at DOT. And so right now we see the challenge. I saw it after the plane crash at DCA. The president's bought in. And listen, I'm not going to look back on that and go, listen, the Congress got it wrong. They have to get it right now. The American people deserve to have a state-of-the-art system.
I agree. So how long before we have this upgraded system?
The whole system, it's going to take 3 or 4 years. But again, we're using copper wires. We have to go to fiber. We have to redo all of our brand new radar systems. We need new radios. We need new sensors on tarmacs. Everything, the hardware and the software, has to be redone. And so it's going to take time to do that, and you got to choreograph it. Yep. On top of that, we need more air traffic controllers. We've known there's a shortage for over the last, 8 years. There's been a shortage. So last week, go ahead.
When I'm listening to this, I'm thinking about DOGE, honestly, because I'm trying to figure out how taxpayer dollars, billions and billions and billions over the last 2 decades, at least 3 decades, since most people were using a floppy disk. And I'm wondering where all this money went if we have this embarrassingly and dangerously antiquated system. This is on everybody. It's on everybody. I know you're new to this job, but, so my question to you is it safe to fly given how antiquated this system is? And especially, if you had loved ones, and I know you do, going in and out of Newark Airport, are you okay with that? Do you feel comfortable with that?
Yeah, so let me just say one thing first. It is the FAA's responsibility and DOT's responsibility to tell the American people the kind of system that they have, and if it's getting old, that it has to be fixed. If you don't tell the people that, they don't know, and they're shocked when a Newark happens. So in regard to the airspace, I fly all the time. Do I feel like it's safe? Absolutely. We have redundancies in place. Even in the Newark situation last week when communication went down, there are backups for pilots and backup for controllers to stay in communication and make sure they stay separated. Again, not ideal at all. Frightening for sure. But is the system safe? Today, yes, but I go out 7 years, 5 years, 10 years. I'm not sure about that, which is why I have the responsibility of calling the American people, calling the Congress, and saying, let's get this done. It's an American build, brand new, state of the art.
Yeah, well, we absolutely have to do it. I want to ask you quickly, because I heard you talking last night with Laura Ingraham, and there was this issue about an Army helicopter in the D.C. flight area, and who was flying on it, and why it flew in a pattern that forced 2 commercial airlines to have to reroute and land in another place. Were you able to find out who was on that flight, and why, given what happened with the 67 people whose lives were lost in a similar situation? Why would that even be happening?
So there are way too many VIPs, is what they call them, at the Pentagon. I mean, I look around the White House. There's a lot of really important people here. They take a Suburban. Why is the Pentagon that much more sophisticated where they have to take helicopters in a really busy airspace? So I'm hoping that we're going to get the answers, but I'm going to congratulate...
So you still don't know who was on that flight, because our Pentagon folks say that it was a training mission, not a VIP. What do you say?
So, but here's the thing. Training missions, oftentimes, if you ever go to a football game and you have a flyover with F-16s,
sure.
Guess what that's called? A training mission. Okay. So are we moving VIPs and calling it training missions? And how many training missions are you doing in the middle of the day? If you had to train at a time where we don't have a busy airspace at D.C. I thought that lesson was learned, back on the 29th of January.
And you don't have any answer from the Pentagon from last night to today on that?
I don't. I think, who qualifies for a VIP? Is it a 2-star general, a 3-star general? I want to commend Secretary Hegseth. He closed down those helo missions for 2 weeks. We're going to look at it together and figure out what is the pathway forward. Yeah. So they're not flying right now, and we should know as Americans. Again, it's a civilian military. They're supposed to work for all of us. We should know who qualifies for that VIP mission. And if you're going to train, why are you training in the middle of the day? Maybe you should train at 2 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning.
And why are you causing commercial flights to reroute?
100%.
There's a lot of questions there, and they were taking a scenic route. I don't know why the Pentagon hasn't gotten back to you on this yet, but we hope they sure do soon.
So do I.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Martha.
Good to see you, Secretary Duffy. Thank you so much.
You too.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.